Hello everyone, I am Professor Dheeraj Tatar. This semester I will teach you CAPS. CAPS stands for Computer Aided Process Synthesis. Chemical process design requires the selection of a series of processing steps and their integration to form complete manufacturing system. Means selection of steps is very important for manufacturing or design any process in chemical engineering. This course emphasizes selection of the steps as individual operations and their integration to form an efficient process. Also, the process will normally operate as part of an integrated manufacturing site consisting of a number of processes serviced by a common utility system. What are the prerequisites required for this subject? It means prerequisite required for this subject, you should have knowledge of basics of heat transfer, mass transfer and chemical reaction engineering. Means you should know basics of heat transfer, mass transfer and chemical reaction engineering. Then you can learn this subject properly. So in this lecture we will see what is basics of heat transfer, means what is heat transfer, what is mass transfer and what is chemical reaction engineering. So heat transfer is a discipline of a thermal engineering that concerns the generation, use, conversion and exchange of thermal energy. That is nothing but heat. Thermal energy is nothing but heat between physical system. I am repeating, heat transfer is a discipline of thermal engineering that concerns the generation, use, conversion and exchange of thermal energy, which is nothing but heat between the physical systems. That known as a heat transfer. All we know that heat can travel from one place to another place in three modes. Means there are three modes of heat transfer. One is a conduction, second one is a convection, and third one is a radiation. These are the three modes of heat transfer. So both conduction and convection require matter to transfer heat. If there is a temperature difference, which is nothing but driving force for heat transfer, means if there is a temperature difference between the two systems, heat will always find a way to transfer from higher position to the lower position. Means in other words, I can say from higher temperature to the lower temperature. According to second law of thermodynamics, heat always transfer or travel from higher temperature to the lower temperature. Next one, what is a mass transfer? Now we will see about mass transfer. So mass transfer describes the transport of mass. In heat transfer, there is a transport of heat, but in mass transfer, there is a transport of mass from one point to the another point. So we can say from higher concentration to the lower concentration, mass always transfer from the higher concentration to the lower concentration, and heat always transfer from the higher temperature region to the lower temperature region. So this is also all about mass transfer. Now we will see basics of chemical reaction engineering. So what is chemical reaction engineering? After that we will see what is the role of chemical engineer, means what chemical engineer should know about reaction engineering. After that we will see scope of reaction engineering. So what is chemical reaction engineering? Chemical reaction engineering is the engineering activity which is a concern with the exploitation of chemical reactions. Exploitation of chemical reaction on commercial scale. This is a very important line. Exploitation of chemical reaction on commercial scale. Next one, now we will see about chemical engineering, chemical engineer, or what knowledge should have chemical engineer about reaction engineering. So design of chemical processes, after that maintenance and operational characteristics of process, after that he should know how to fix any chemical process, after that how to increase capacity of any process, but how with minimum cost, means how to increase the capacity or selectivity of any process with a minimum cost. This is important in chemical reaction engineering. After that, what will be the scope of chemical reaction engineering? Now we will see scope of chemical reaction engineering. Till this we have seen what is the importance of reaction engineering. Now we will see scope of chemical reaction engineering, means which subject, which fields rather than chemical engineering are important for this subject. So scope of chemical reaction engineering, important for petroleum and refining industries. After that, petrochemical industries. After that, chemicals and pharmaceuticals industries. After that, biotechnology, microelectronics, advanced materials, and energy from non-fossil resources. So these all fields requires reaction engineering knowledge. And after that, very important, that environmental and pollution prevention and sustainable development. All these things requires basic knowledge of heat transfer, mass transfer, and reaction engineering. So for this subject, these three subjects are the basic, that is heat transfer, mass transfer, and chemical reaction engineering. Okay, now we will see. Now I'm going to share with you syllabus of CAPS. So this is the syllabus of CAPS. I will explain you important topics or what we are going to study in for the lectures. So first unit is design process. So in this chapter we will see design opportunities, steps in product process design. After that we will see role of computer. These three topics are important. Okay, so you have to give more emphasis on or more concentration on the design opportunities, steps in product process design, and role of computers, because on this topic in GTU there are always question for 7 to 5 marks. Okay, next one. In second unit, that is the reactor design and reactor network synthesis. In this unit, reactor models are important. We will see in detail in the exclusive lecture of second unit that reactor design and reactor network synthesis. So important topic is reactor models. After that, important topic is attainable region. So what is the attainable region? We will see in the lecture of reactor design in second unit. After that, third unit is synthesis of separation trains. So in this lecture, we will see criteria for selection of separation methods. For example, we know that separation methods are distillation, adsorption, sedimentation. All these are the separation methods. So we will see criteria for selection of separation methods. After that, based on that, we will see selection of equipment. But before that, we should know criteria for selection of any separation method. Then and then we can easily understand selection of equipment. Understood? After that, we will see marginal vapor rate method. So we will see what is the marginal vapor rate method. Based on this topic, there can be 7 marks question in your GTU for the theoretical, and also numerical based on this subject can be, based on this topic can be asked in GTU. After that, we will see thermally coupled distillation. We did not see this topic in MPO2. Thermally coupled distillation means we have seen just definition, but we will see this topic in detail in this subject, that is a thermally coupled distillation. What is the meaning of thermally coupled? We will see this. After that, we will see sequencing of ordinary distillation columns. Sequencing means arrangement. Why this is required? Because to get maximum efficiency, to get maximum energy efficient process with a minimum cost, this sequencing is important. So we will see sequencing of ordinary distillation column for the separation of nearly non-ideal fluid mixtures. After that, we will see synthesis of heat exchanger network. Synthesis means generation. So we should know, before that we should know what is the heat exchanger network. What is heat exchanger? I will explain you in one of the lecture of this CAPS what is the heat exchanger in detail. What are the types of heat exchangers? What is the synthesis? Okay, so in this chapter, basics of heat exchanger network synthesis is important. After that, minimum utility target means by using minimum utility, how to maximize the efficiency of the process. We will see. After this, we will see composite curves. There are cold composite curve, there are hot composite curve, and there are grand composite curve. We will see all this in detail. After that, we will see pinch point design. Okay, what is pinch point? We will see in detail in the lecture of synthesis of separation trains. What is a pinch point? What is the requirement of pinch point in industry? What is the requirement of pinch point in designing of heat exchanger? Okay. After that, fifth unit is the energy integrated distillation processes. Integration means combination. So in this unit, we will see impact of pressure on distillation column. What is the impact of pressure, what is the impact of temperature, but we will see what is exclusive impact of pressure on distillation column. After that, we will see design of single product processing and multi-product processing. Before that, after that, we will see in 5th unit multi-effect distillation. We know that what is the multi-effect evaporator. Okay. Similarly, there is another concept that multi-effect distillation. So we will see multi-effect distillation. After that, we will see what is a heat pumping, what is a vapor recompression, and what is a reboiler flashing. Okay, and last unit is there, that is design of scheduling of batch processes. For this, you should know what is a batch process, what is a continuous process. So what is the difference between batch process and continuous process? Now we will see difference between these two processes. Batch process refers to process that consists of sequence of one or more steps that should be performed in a defined order. A finite quantity of the product is produced at the end of the sequence, which is repeated in order of produce another product batches. Okay, so this is all about batch process. On the other hand, what is continuous process? That continuous process refers to a processing that involves moving a single work unit at a time between every steps of the process without any breaks in a time. Means in a continuous manner. Substance, sequence or extent means without any breaks in time, substance, sequence or extent. As the name suggests, the flow of product or material is in continuous manner. That known as continuous process. Second difference, that quantity produced in a batch is the small quantities of products are obtained in a batch processes, but on other hand, in continuous processes, we can produce large amount of material. Okay. Fouling problem. What is meaning of fouling? F-O-U-L-I-N-G, fouling. So if fouling expectations is large, then batch processes are preferred because we can easily maintain those operations. Okay. Those equipments, because fouling problems are general in nature and we can easily handle those problems in batch processes, but that is difficult to handle in continuous process. Next one, how to means controlling of batch process and continuous process. Batch processes are easy to control, but on other hand, continuous processes are very difficult to control. And last one, examples for batch process and continuous process. That batch processes are generally used in pharmaceutical and chemical industries, means exclusive specialty chemicals, but continuous processes having major applications in petroleum industry. Okay, so this is all about, or we can use those things in fertilizer industries as well. So continuous operation having large uses in industry, but batch processes having uses in industry but small scale industries. Means batch processes can be used in small scale industry, but for large scale industries, continuous process are preferred over the batch processes. So this is major difference between batch process and continuous process. So after that, we will see how to design and schedule the batch process. Okay, so in that lecture, we will see design of batch processes units. After that, design of single product processing. And lastly, we will see design of multi-product processing sequencing. So this is all about your syllabus of CAPS. We will see one by one each unit. I will upload videos for the same on the YouTube, and I will share with you links for the same. And reference book for this subject is here, Warren D. Cedar, number 2. Okay, you can purchase this book, or I will send you the PDF for this on the group. Okay, so thank you. This is all about today's lecture. Thanks.